Live from Philadelphia as we get set for CAA women's basketball action between the Drexel Dragons and the Northeastern Huskies. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on NBC Sports Philly. And Nikki, the Dragons riding a 9-game win streak, and a big reason why is star forward Bailey Greenberg.
Yeah, Bailey Greenberg has been a really great player for Drexel.
And another reason the Dragons have been winning is because of ball distribution. 21 assists on 25 field goals in their win over Hofstra on Friday night, and the leader in that department is Aubrey Brown. And for the Northeastern Huskies, they're coming off a loss on Friday night to Delaware, and if they are going to generate any type of offense, it's because of leading scorer Jess Jenko.
Yeah, Jess is.
In addition, for the Dragons looking for their 10th win in a row, Denise Dillon looking for her 300th career coaching victory.
Denise has done great.
Starting lineups coming up next. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield IMG College here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Back at the Daskalakis Athletic Center here in Philadelphia as we take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Drexel Dragons, Hannah Nyhill, Keishana Washington, and Aubrey Brown in the backcourt. Bailey Greenberg and Nikki Metzel up front. For Northeastern, Stella Clark, Jess Jenko, and Shannon Todd are in the backcourt. Ayanna Dublin and Gabby Giacconi in the front court. There's Denise Dillon in her 16th season, looking for win number 300 today. And in her 5th season for Northeastern is Kelly Cole. It will be Greenberg and Giacconi to jump it up. The officials for this afternoon's contest, Jennifer Rezac, Benjamin Smith, and Chris Denson. And we are underway here on this Sunday afternoon, and the Dragons win the opening tip.
I don't know about you, Ari, but I'm very excited about this game, and I think Northeastern definitely remembers how the last game ended.
Well, Bailey Greenberg off to a great start with a nice little move going against Ayanna Dublin.
Once again, great defense by Drexel. I think we're going to talk about their defense all game as we have all season. They do a really good job of getting to the spot.
Nyhill trying to take Jenko off the dribble. Nowhere to go. Finds Greenberg, who charges in. A little bit too strong off the glass. Shannon Todd, who has the only bucket of the game thus far for Northeastern. Inside to Dublin against Metzel. Dublin wants to clear out, but kicks it out to the outside, Giacconi. Backdoor Jenko, and that pass was deflected and stolen by Drexel.
And once again, the help defense is really good by Drexel.
And now we have a foul, and I believe it will be on Drexel going the other way. So we'll take our first time out here with 3:22 to go. Drexel up 8. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield IMG College on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Drexel up 8 on Northeastern, 10-2. Take charge of your health with Independence Blue Cross and get access to achieve well-being, free online tools that make being healthier easier. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Ari Bluestein. You take a look at the matchup history. Drexel with the edge, and the Dragons have won 8 straight. In fact, 5th-year head coach Kelly Cole for Northeastern is a career 1-10 against the Dragons. Hannah Nyhill from 3, nothing but net on Drexel's first 3-point attempt of the afternoon.
Drexel's a really good team.
Washington cross court. Greenberg all alone and makes the easy 2 off the glass. And Northeastern with their 10th turnover, and the Dragons can hold for 1.
And with 10 seconds left in the first quarter, this is how Drexel became the number 1 defensive team in the nation. They get the teams in the first quarter.
And the offense has been rolling here in the first quarter. Dragons up 17 at the end of 1. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield IMG College on NBC Sports Philadelphia. live from Ben Cohen Field in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as we get ready for men's college soccer between the Canisius Golden Griffins and the Rider Broncs. Alongside Steve Rudenstein, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN 3. And Rudy, you're looking at two teams here who have struggled to score over the last few games.
Without a doubt.
Well, if Rider is going to find a way to score, they will need to rely on Clement Bouet, who has 3 goals on the year.
Yeah, he's tied.
And for Canisius, they have lost their last 6 games, but Troy Brady is a guy that has a nose for the goal.
Yeah, only.
We'll have starting lineups coming up next. We'll have men's college soccer between Rider and Canisius live from Lawrenceville here on ESPN 3. Already underway here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as the Rider Broncs and Canisius Golden Griffins doing battle here in this MAC men's soccer matchup. Alongside Steve Rudenstein, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN 3. The Rider Broncs, they are in the home white. The Canisius Golden Griffins, they are in the road blue and yellow shorts. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First off, for the Rider Broncs, they are playing a 4-4-2 with Pablo De Castro and Clement Bouet up front. In the midfield, Sam Carter, Matisse Catanzaro, Francisco Gomez Olano, and Juan Carlos Garcia Gomez. And in the defensive backfield, Maxwell Unger, Emmanuel Kuma, and Sylvan Coco. And in goal for Rider is Pablo Gatinois. As the Rider Broncs going on the attack to start things off, and that ball goes way into the parking lot here at Ben Cohen Field. For the Canisius Golden Griffins, they are in a 4-3-3. Up front is Federico Moretto, Troy Brady, and Alessandro Fabiano. In the midfield, Julius Schoner, Manueli Cavazzoli, Vince Cancilla, and in the backfield, Ryan Dagelman, Matt Spangler, and Killian Panis, as well as Alicio Adazzori. And then in goal is Tom Crosby. I bring in my partner, Steve Rudenstein, and I want to talk about the Canisius goalkeeper situation as Rider attacks, and they're attacking third. Fabio D'Erico has started 5 games, and this is the 4th game for Tom Crosby. So head coach Dermot McGreen is really looking for an answer in goal for his team this year.
Yeah, both goals.
And for Rider, it's pretty much all been Pablo Gatinois, who has started 6 of the 7 games for Rider. And there's a shot, and it sails just wide off the left foot of Francisco Gomez Olano. So the Broncs almost put one in the opening couple of minutes.
Yeah, best chance.
And a foul called on Rider. That will be a direct kick far side. And they call a push on Robinson. So this is a good set-piece opportunity for Canisius right here.
Yeah, really their first of the game. They haven't had any corners. Let's take a look at the foul. That's a tough one.
A little push in the back. That's what the officials saw. Robinson didn't like it. Schoner will take it. Goes right towards goal, and it hits the post. I think they wanted a handball call on Rider, did Canisius, and it's a goal anyway. The deflection goes in, and Canisius scores first on a chaotic set piece for the Golden Griffins.
Wow, a lot going.
Canisius hasn't had too many opportunities, but they came really close early. Gatinois had the save. Kuma not happy, giving up the goal, and Canisius shocking this crowd here at Ben Cohen Field. They are on the board first. One more look here, Rudy. Back to Kuma again. Rider still showing patience despite being down 1-0. But again, plenty of time here. We're just in the first half. Dagelman extending the stiff arm as Gabriel down on the turf.
Pretty easy call for the official that time, as a lot of contact knocking down Gabriel.
So here's a direct, good set-piece opportunity for the Broncs. Clement Bouet will take it. One more quick look. Extending
push
the arm.
in the back.
Easy call for the official. Bouet sends it to the box, bends it in, and it's a goal! Great job by Bouet, and I think it was Sylvan Coco who got a piece of it. And we're tied up at 1 apiece. But a good individual effort by Clement Bouet.
I don't think Canisius is in any hurry here to make a play.
No,
they just want to get in, tied 1-1.
And that'll do it. So the Rider Broncs find the equalizer after Canisius scored the first goal of the half. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will recap the first half. You're watching men's college soccer here on ESPN 3. Back live at the half here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as the Rider Bronx and Canisius Golden Griffins tied at 1 here in this men's college soccer matchup. Alongside Steve Rudenstein, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN3. And Rudy, let's take a look at the first half stats. And even though Rider had a lot of the possessions, it's been a fairly evenly played game, and Canisius has really challenged the Rider keeper, Pablo Gatinois.
Yeah, Gatsin.
Yeah, I think both teams have done a really nice job on their set-piece opportunities. Canisius ultimately scoring off of the direct, Rider scoring off of the direct as well. The corners have been close. So, when all is said and done, it's been a fairly even game, and that's why we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, it should.
We'll take a quick timeout here on ESPN3. Rider and Canisius tied up at 1 here at the half, coming to you live from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Live from Alumni Gymnasium in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as we get set for women's college volleyball between the Fairfield Stags and the Rider Bronx. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. And Nikki, the Bronx finally snapped their 3-game losing streak yesterday, but they face a pretty hot team in Fairfield today.
Yeah, right now.
Well, they have a lot of weapons, and they are all set up by Manuela Nicolini.
Nicolini is a season.
Well, the Rider Bronx have a pretty good setter as well, and it is standout sophomore Annalise Scher.
Yeah, Scher.
And this should be a pretty good match, Nikki Jones. I mean, we saw Rider beat Quinnipiac yesterday. Much needed win to break a 3-game losing streak, but this is probably one of the biggest tests for Rider this year. They lost a tough one up in Buffalo against Canisius, and Fairfield right there at the top of the conference with Canisius.
Yeah, and we talked about this.
When you take a look at the Fairfield Stags, they will be in the road red. We talked about Manuela Nicolini. She's number 15, right center of your screen. Jamie Calandro also starting, as well as Laura Seeger. There's Morgan Romano. She had a huge game yesterday, potentially on her way to another MAC Rookie of the Week honor, but she will need to come up big today against this really good front line of Fairfield. Kaylee Butts also in there on the front line. And there's Nicolini, and there's some size, there's some skill here with Fairfield, and there's a reason that they were picked second in the conference preseason poll.
Yeah, and they're
There is first-year head coach Jeff Rotondo. And we will start it off as Rider will serve, and Annalise Scher will kick things off here at Alumni Gymnasium today. And a good kill from Fairfield, a little finesse from Laura Seeger. She has over 100 kills on the year, the sophomore from Penfield, New York. The serve by Jordanic. Romano going to the back line, and it was touched on the attempted dig by Nicolini. Point for Romano and the Bronx.
a lot of times I think it's harder.
Calandro. Romano the receive. Scher to Ward. It's in. Bronx not done yet. But with Rowley scoring, it remains set point for the Stags. Rochelle Runyon floats it to the front line. Butts through to double block. Runyon to Scher. Ward, a nice double block by the Stags. Romano just has to send it over. From the back line, Radulovic finishes off the set. So the Stags take this one 25-17. It was tied at 10, and then Fairfield just took it over from there. Big second set upcoming here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. You're watching women's college volleyball here on ESPN+. The Fairfield Stags took that first set 25-17 here in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, the home of Rider University. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. And head coach Jeff Rotondo for the Rider Bronx talking to his team. And Nikki, going down in the first set, that always puts your backs to the wall for the second set. This is huge for Rider because if you go down 2-0 to a good team like Fairfield, it's going to be a really big uphill climb to win 3 in a row.
Yeah, and then
And right now, if you're head coach Todd Kress in his 6th season, already the winningest coach in school history in Fairfield women's college volleyball, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they are really playing a nice match right now. They're getting some good attack. They're playing some good defense, especially against Romano. The sets have been there as well, and the serves as well. They've had a couple of serve aces.
Yeah,
And the Bronx coming off a win yesterday, as we mentioned, against Quinnipiac, now 4-3, tied for 4th place in the standings with Marist, who they actually lost to, so the tiebreak as of now would go to the Red Foxes. Fairfield and Canisius tied at the top at 6-0, and the Bronx lost a tough 5-set match up in Buffalo against those Canisius Golden Griffs. So we're just about set to start the second set. And this is a big one, as we mentioned, for the Bronx.
Live from Vitus Athletic Complex in Philadelphia as we get set for CAA men's lacrosse action between the Towson Tigers and the Drexel Dragons. Alongside Tom Slate, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. And Tom, big matchup to determine seeding in the CAA tournament, and it's really going to be determined at the face-off X. And Towson without their top face-off midi, and they're going with Jack McNallen.
Yes, Alex Woodall will.
And Jack McNallen has to go against Drexel's junior Jimmy Coida, who has really started to come into his own as a junior face-off specialist.
Yeah, 56%.
And in cage, it's a good matchup as well for the Towson Tigers. They have big 6'6" Tyler Conto out of Massachusetts.
Yeah, he's going to force.
And for Drexel, they're rolling with freshman Ross Blumenthal, who has really done a nice job this year, coming off CAA Rookie of the Week honors because of his performance at Hofstra.
And confidence is a big thing.
As we take a look at the starting lineups for the Towson Tigers, the guy really to look out for on the attack is Brendan Sunday, who has 37 goals, 17 assists, leads the team in that category. Frommert and McLean also on the attack. In the midfield, it's Maloof, and Monahan. On the defensive back end, Smith, Patterson, and Gray. And we mentioned Canto is in goal. For the Drexel Dragons on the attack, Matt Varian and Reed Bowering have been huge for the Drexel Dragons. They're joined by Jack Mulcahy. In the midfield, Marshall King, Nick Fox, and Colin Mailman. On the back end, Will Stabbert, Matt Klingus, and Sean Quinn. And we mentioned Blumenthal in goal. And here's the face-off matchup that we were just talking about, Tom. You have McNallen, who's a little bit inexperienced, and Coida, who, ironically, we thought he'd be the less experienced face-off midi, but he might have the leg up here, Tom.
Looking forward to see if it's.
And Coida just grabs it right off the bat and then goes into the attacking third, and Dragons will look to set up on the attack to start things off. And we mentioned about Matt Varian and Reed Bowering for the Dragons. Those two players have really been phenomenal for Drexel. Varian with 24 goals, 23 assists for 47 points. Bowering also with 47 points, but he's got 40 goals compared to 7 assists.
Yeah, let's expect to get it.
And this is going to be a quick man up for the Dragons here in the opening minute. How about that for a break, Tom?
Well, for sure, they're gonna try to get it to Reed here for a shot. Let's see what type of formation they set up in and see what happens.
It was a push on Towson's number 36, Jimmy Wilkerson, a quick 30-second man-up penalty. So we'll see if the Dragons can strike first. Working on the first time in the attacking third. Moving in, this is Greg Eye. Eye now behind the cage. Here's Grant Maloof. Here's a shot and a score. A sniper from Timmy Monahan, the senior from Bethesda, Maryland, his 17th goal of the year. Shot clock does not reset. We're at 10. Varian at GLE. Around a defender. Hesitation and score. What a goal by Matt Varian with the shot clock at 5, and we're tied up at 8.
That was
great job by Varian. Second goal of the day. And he also has 5 assists, so he has had his hand in 7 of the 8 goals for Drexel, and we just saw the graphic there. Matt Varian now 26 goals on the year. McLellan going in quickly on goal, takes the shot, goes wide, and scooped up by Mo Silla. Dragons will keep it, though. It goes out of bounds.
They got a nice look there, just missed. They're going to get it back up top and see if the mailman here can deliver.
Mailman behind the cage. Varian has it, and time is going to run out on the Dragons, and that'll do it. So the Towson Tigers get the win. They move to 4-1 in conference play. They will be the number 2 seed in the CAA tournament. The Delaware Blue Hens will be the 3, so Drexel falls to 2-3 in conference play. They will be the 4 seed. But, Coach, this was a heck of a game today.
Yeah, both teams battled hard.
So for my partner, Coach Tom Slate, I'm Ari Bluestein. A big thank you to our entire crew, our producer, Eric Weber. Your final score, Towson 11, Drexel 9. You've been watching CAA Men's Lacrosse here on NBC Sports Philadelphia.